Who's a better hockey player, Ovechkin or Crosby?
Ovechkin or Crosby, eh?
Yeah.
When I was watching the playoffs, I said to Jordan Fraser before the playoffs, I said Ovechkin's the best player in the world. After seeing that series, I'm thinking Crosby is.
Why?
Face-off specialist, awesome defensively, led the playoffs in goals, classy player, goes in the corners, plays defense. I don't know what else I can say. If he would have done what Ovechkin did in that series, he would have embarrassed himself. Ovechkin embarrassed himself, Crosby didn't.
Thank you. Who's a better hockey player, Crosby or Ovechkin?
Ovechkin.
Why?
Because he's always good.
Anything else?
Yeah, Crosby sucks. He's a baby.
How big of a baby?
Biggest one.
Who's a better hockey player, Crosby or Ovechkin?
Crosby,
Why?
because he never gives up and he makes more points and he's on puck up.
What did you think of Ovechkin in the playoffs and Crosby?
A couple of games Ovechkin gave up and Crosby never, and that's partly why they won the series.
Thank you. Who do you think is a better hockey player, Crosby or Ovechkin?
Ovechkin,
Why?
he's not a wuss like Crosby.
Is he a better hockey player? Is he strong for the puck or physical?
He's strong for the puck and he has good moves.
He score more goals? Who do you think is a better hockey player, Crosby? Ovechkin? Why?
Because Crosby's a whiner baby.
Anything else?
No.
What about the playoffs? Who do you think stood up more?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Hard to tell.
Okay. Who do you think is a better hockey player, Crosby or Ovechkin?
Crosby.
Why?
He's left-handed and he shoots goals.
You hate right-handed hockey players?
Yes.
You shoot left-handed?
Yep.
Good. Who do you think stood out more in the playoffs?
Crosby.
Why?
I don't know.
Who do you think is a better hockey player, Crosby or Ovechkin?
Ovechkin.
Why?
Because he gets good goals and he's a better player.
Thank you. Who do you think is a better hockey player, Crosby or Ovechkin?
Ovechkin.
Why?
Because he's got better moves.
What do you think about the playoff run?
That Washington should have won.
Washington should have won. Do you think Ovechkin stood up more for his team or Crosby?
Ovechkin.
Why?
Because he never quit.
Okay. Who do you think is a better hockey player, Crosby or Ovechkin?
Ovechkin.
Why?
Because Crosby's a wussy.
What do you think about the playoffs? Was Crosby a wussy there too?
Not really.
Did he stand up for his team?
Yeah.
Did he never give up?
No.
And what did Ovechkin do during the playoffs?
I don't know.
Who do you think is a better hockey player, Crosby or Ovechkin?
Ovechkin.
Why?
Because he's stronger and fights more. Can actually play. Crosby's just a wuss.
Did Crosby ever have a real fight or try and stand up for his team?
Well, maybe a few, but
Did he never give up too?
yeah, but didn't do too good.
Who do you think is a better hockey player, Crosby or Ovechkin?
I think Crosby is because he uses his teammates. He helps them more. I think he's just better.
How do you think of his playoff run?
I think it was okay, but everybody can be better.
Who do you think is a better hockey player, Crosby or Ovechkin?
I think Crosby's a better hockey player because he passes a lot. He controls the puck really good and he keeps out good.
What do you think of Ovechkin? Did he ever do that during the regular season?
Well, I'm not really a fan of Ovechkin. I don't think that he could do like what Crosby's doing. I think he could do just what he's doing.
Who do you think is a better hockey player, Crosby or Ovechkin?
Crosby because Ovechkin's a show-off.
What did Crosby do during the regular season that Ovechkin didn't?
I don't know.
No. Why do you think he's a better hockey player?
Because he's not as much as a show-off.
Not much of a show. Thank you. Who do you think is a better hockey player, Crosby or Ovechkin?
Ovechkin.
Why?
Because he's not much as a baby as Crosby is.
How did Ovechkin do during the playoffs?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
Did you say he gave up partly during the season? Part of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, how did Crosby do during the playoffs?
Good.
Good? Did he never give up?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? You think Crosby's a baby?
Yeah.
Hey, who's a better hockey player, Crosby or Ovechkin?
Crosby,
Why?
because he's not as much show off and he gets more points and he's more.
Isn't he an all-around good player than Ovechkin?
Yeah.
Does he pass the puck and try to score goals and make an effort?
He gives more assists than Ovechkin because Ovechkin's kind of a butt hog.
Who do you think's a better hockey player, Crosby or Ovechkin?
Crosby,
Why?
because he passes the puck and makes an effort, and he's got a lot of points and stuff, and he's like a good team player, and he's not a show off.
What did you think of Crosby during the regular season?
He did all right.
All right. Better than Ovechkin, you say?
Yeah, better than Ovechkin.
Who do you think is a better hockey player, Crosby or Ovechkin?
Crosby.
Why?
He did really good in playoffs and scored lots of goals for the Penguins.
What do you think of Ovechkin during the playoffs?
He did okay, I guess.
Did okay? You say he isn't too bad as Crosby, or are they kind of equal?
Crosby is a better hockey player because he's really good, and he does make it to the Stanley playoffs.
Because Ovechkin over celebrates, and he's a better hockey player, and he's from Canada.
What do you think of Ovechkin's run in the playoffs?
Ovechkin running the playoffs, he couldn't do anything.
Couldn't do anything right. Did he give up?
Yep.
Thank you.
Ovechkin.
Who do you think is a better hockey player, Crosby or Ovechkin?
Ovechkin.
Why?
Because he's not a wimp like Crosby. He scores more goals. And Fleury, when I was watching the game, he went behind the net and Crosby, and he passed it to Ovechkin. Yeah, so Crosby sucks.
Who do you think is a better hockey player, Crosby or Ovechkin?
Ovechkin,
Why?
because Crosby whines too much. And like everybody says that Crosby's the best, he's a big whiner.
Do you think Ovechkin should get endorsed more than Crosby?
Yeah.
Get more advertisement?
Uh-huh.
Because he pumps up the crowd, is more excited and more enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Who do you think is a better hockey player, Crosby or Ovechkin?
Ovechkin.
Why?
Because Crosby whines like Hemsky.
Is Hemsky as bad as Crosby?
Yes.
What would you think of Ovechkin's run in the playoffs?
Good.
Good? Did you say you try hard through it? Thank you. Who do you think is a better hockey player, Crosby or Ovechkin?
Sidney Crosby.
Why?
Because he's a two-way player, both in the offensive end and the defensive end, works hard in all areas of the ice, and is modest with his abilities.
What did you think of Ovechkin during the playoffs?
Exciting, lots of points. Yeah, exciting.